Hey friends, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I don't know if you've seen these lately, but these are the cocktail or the bourbon smokers, and these are crazy popular. These things sell like hotcakes at craft shows, and they are typically cut on a CNC. That is how I ended up cutting both of these files here, and I have links down in the description if you want to pick these files up if you have a CNC. And then I just set these over here on the X tool and cut some of the design in there, the fire and the wording there. Everything worked out great, but I wanted to design a couple of these smokers that can be cut 100% on the laser. So I jumped into Lightburn, did a bunch of trial and error, a lot of error, and I finally came up with a file that works, that you can load into Lightburn, send over to your laser, cut out some of these smokers, and start making some money. So what's great about these bourbon smokers is that these do awesome at a craft show because your customers are using so many of their senses to interact with this, right? You can obviously touch it, you can feel it, you can see it, you've got a great logo or something burned into there. But then when you run your demo, they can actually see that glass filling up with smoke, which looks awesome, by the way. And then after you lift this off and that smoke sort of permeates the air, they get all the senses in their nose tingling too because of the smoke, and it just helps sell these products. The more senses and the more levels, the more dimensions you can offer with your products to your customers, the better they're going to do at craft shows, online, wherever you sell these things. So I've got everything set up here in Lightburn. I've got this file perfectly prepared. Everything is dimensioned correctly. Everything is set up. So I'm going to send this over to the laser, cut one of these out, and show you what you got. After you pull these off the laser, the next part is pretty fun. This is just the assembly. You take your thicker donut, set it into there, and you just kind of push it in. These are going to be a friction fit, so you can actually hear this creak when I push it in. Just get it pushed in there. I don't know. Set it up about 1/8 inch. Proud of this surface here. And now this next donut here, this is where all the magic happens. You want to take your smaller inner donut, push it into this one. You don't want to go all the way. You want to leave a nice little lip right there. You can see that little step in there. And what that does is that holds the screen right in place. You can see that screen's just a little bit too big. That's by design. Just push that in there like that, and now your screen will stay in there and it won't come out. So then just flip over your smoker. Set your 2 donuts in there. Just kind of push that in there just like that. So here are the finished bourbon smokers, and they turned out awesome. I absolutely love the unique, eye-catching design of these. The fronts are exactly the same, but the backs are just slightly different, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about real quick. This one I just sanded smooth. This one's flat. That way it can just sit on a surface a little bit easier. This one I left as is. I left this screen holder back here a little bit proud of the back, so that way it matches the step right here on the front. I did this for one main reason, and that's because your customers are going to come up, they're going to be picking these up, and they're going to flip them over just to see what the back looks like. And this has an intentional look to it. This looks like there's a reason for that. This looks like you took a little bit more time, a little bit more care when you were designing this. And this looks like it has a functionality to it. It looks like there's a reason why that's there. And people are going to like that. They're going to love the visual interest of this. They're going to love the fact that it's tactile. You can touch it. And it just adds just a little bit more depth to this one than this one has. Now, it doesn't affect the way these work. They work exactly the same, no matter which way you decide to finish the back. But just make sure when you're putting finish on these, you choose food-safe mineral oil. You don't want to use stain. You don't want to use polyurethane, because as that torch is heating up this wood and heating up the finish and it's blowing through that and it's imparting that down into your drink, you want to make sure everything being imparted on there is food safe. So if you guys like these, go down to the description below, pick up this file, send it on over to your laser, and start making some money.